So Jim, obviously James has got a fight coming up in Canada. How's his training going?
Yeah, he's been training for a long time. It's been a very long camp. Obviously, through no one's fault, the last fight got called off. But he ticked all the boxes. He'd sparred 241 rounds, which is a hell of a lot of sparring. We've been to Spain, and he's gone through a hell of a camp, and he looked tremendous. So the day he found out the fight was called off, he just sparred 12 rounds. So obviously it was a case of like saying whoa, and trying to like take a bit of chill time, trying to ease him down, tapering, almost doing nothing, and then slowly, obviously with the fight in Canada in place, he hasn't really got as such do too much because he's already there. If anything, I'm just like guarding against overcooking him really. I mean, you see him today, he's like so sharp, and it's a matter of holding him over now. And yeah, once he gets in the ring in Canada, I think he's going to put on a really good performance, and this can be the start of him building the momentum towards winning a world title. I think, like looking at James where he is now, speaking to people who've watched his progression in the last couple of years, he's just getting better and better and better. And I think, you know, all the top boys now looking over their shoulders. I think you got Froch and you got the guys you mentioned like Boutte and Pascal. You know, boys of this magnitude, they'll all know probably in the next year that James is knocking on the door. You know, he's highly ranked now in the world organisations. You look at his pedigree: Olympic gold medalist, British champion. He's been European champion, WBC Silver. So you know, he's ticked all the boxes so far. And the one he wants to tick down the line is what them guys are holding. So they'll definitely be looking over their shoulder in the next year or so.
Obviously, he's mentioned his knee himself. He feels about 90% there. How much of a difference has it made having that knee recovered?
Yeah, it's chalk and cheese. Just absolutely unbelievable. He boxed with a knee, refused to have it looked at or anything done to it for a long, long time. He was in a bit of self-denial about his knee. I think he was just terrified of being told, you know, you can't train and can't box. So he just persevered. But in the end, it got to a point he was sitting in fights. He goes, Jim, I can't bend my knee. And AKA, also known as why am I on the ropes? And that was one of the reasons why he was going to the ropes on a more regular basis than needed to be. But as you say, his knee's probably about 90% now, but the difference is unreal just to watch him. And you know, he's had that knee he's took it into a lot of big fights, and I'm not going to make no excuses, but he has. And he ain't made no excuses for performances or anything, but the difference now, the knee's getting very close to 100%, is there for all to see.
So now that his knee's ready, he's ready, what can the Canadian fans expect?
Yeah, I think they're going to see somebody who will live up to the title of former Olympic champion, champion of his own country, champion of Europe, and somebody who's a genuine article, somebody who's a genuine world-class fighter, and will be looking to become a world champion in the not too distant future, definitely in the next year, 18 months. Check. Away. And two. Nice stuff.